Viewer discretion is advised. Also, headphones are highly recommended to watch this series.
ただいま。
I'm home.
ゆい、おかえり。
Huey, welcome back.
うん。
Greeting me at the door, my mother wore a somber expression. I could tell right away that something had happened. I stared at her with scrunched eyebrows for an awkwardly long time before she eventually, reluctantly, opened her mouth to speak.
今朝のおばあさんね。
About that old woman from this morning.
うん。
Yeah?
さっき亡くなったって。病院から連絡があったわ。
The hospital contacted me. She passed away a short while ago. That would make me feel a little bad.
嘘。
And it made Yui feel bad.
残念なことだけど。
I'm so sorry.
あなたは明日の推薦入試のことだけ考えていなさい。
You need to stay focused on tomorrow's exam right now, though. It would be a little hard to do that. Since the old woman was trying to look out for you, you brushed her aside, and then she died. Just a little. Yeah.
それじゃあのおばあさんの話はこれで終わり。さあ、ご飯にするから着替えておいで。
We should put this unpleasantness behind us. I'm getting dinner started right now. So how about you go get changed?
わかった。それじゃあ私部屋にいるから。
Okay. I'll be in my room.
ええ。
I'll call you.
お母さんがキッチンへと引っ込んでいくのを見届けて、私はもぞもぞと靴を脱いだ。
I
気
want.
持ちは一層重くなっている。
I love how I think they are gonna stop and then it's like, nope. I watched my mom work her way back to the kitchen, then wriggled out of my shoes. My mood had darkened even more.
司くんにあんな態度をとってしまっただけでも嫌な気分だったのに、あのおばあちゃんが亡くなってしまっただなんて。
Tsukasa's attitude was bad enough, but for that old woman to have died. Returning to my room, I couldn't muster the energy to do anything but collapse into my chair and sprawl out onto the desk. Jeez, that freaked me out a little bit, just a little bit. The last thing the old woman had said to me echoed again and again in my mind. I began wishing I'd taken her more seriously. I should have accepted a paper doll and thanked her. I should have reassured her I wouldn't go to Heavenly Host Elementary. I mean, the place didn't even exist anymore, for goodness sakes. I was exhausted. It was a hell of a day, and I no longer even had the energy to move. I needed to change out of my school clothes, but still sprawled out over the desk, my eyelids drooped and closed. I was out. What was up with the noise right there? I awoke with a start. The air in my room had gotten notably cooler, and I was shivering.
寝ちゃった。
I must have fallen asleep. Rubbing my eyes, I glanced at my clock. The needles indicated it was 6:45.
もうこんな時間。
It's already this late? It was black outside my window, streaked with lines from the still pouring rain.
明日は晴れるといいんだけど。
Sure hope it's sunny tomorrow. Sunny for my exam. The weight of what the next day held for me came rushing into my mind. I practiced the interview process with my teachers quite thoroughly, but I was still really nervous.
そうだ。明日の用意しておかなくっちゃ。
Okay, I need to make sure I'm ready for tomorrow. There was still a little time before dinner. My mind swimming, I decided to take this opportunity to clean out all the notes and textbooks I wouldn't need tomorrow from my bag.
残しておくものは学生証でしょ。それからハンカチとティッシュ。
Let's see. Student ID needs to stay, obviously. Handkerchief and tissues.
受験票も忘れずに入れて、それからペンケース。
Gotta make sure I don't forget my exam ticket. Oh, and my pen case.
あれ？
Huh?
嘘！ペンケースがない！
Oh, crap. Where's my pen case? Don't you dare go to fricking school right now.
学校に忘れてきちゃった。
No, just keep looking until after 7 or look for it tomorrow. Did I leave it at school? No!
さーっと血の気が引いた。
My face suddenly went pale.
別に筆記用具で困ったわけじゃない。家にはいくらでも代わりがある。
Really, I shouldn't have been too concerned over writing implements. We had tons at home. Exactly. Don't worry about it.
だけど、あの中には司くんから借りた受験必勝鉛筆が入っているのだ。
But that case held the pencil that Tsukasa had given me for guaranteed success on my exam. Oh boy. Oh boy. Why did you... Oh my god. Why did you bring it with you on just a regular day of school?
取ってこなくちゃ。
I have to go get it. No, this is a horrible idea.
お母さん、私ちょっと学校に忘れ物取りに行ってくる。
Hey, Mom. I forgot something at school, so I'm going to run back for a sec. School would be closed, I think, by that time. And... yeah.
え？もうすぐご飯できるわよ。
What? But dinner's almost ready.
すぐ戻るから。
That's okay. I'll come right home.
そう。雨も降っているし、気をつけていくのよ。
All right. It's still raining, though, so be careful. I will.
あの鉛筆は絶対に明日試験会場へ持っていかなければならないものの一つだった。だから私は迷うことなく学校に戻る道を選んだ。
That pencil was one thing I absolutely needed to bring with me to the test. And so, without hesitation, I ran back down the road to school.
降りしきる雨の中、足元に気を配りながら全速力で走る。走っている間、ちらりと頭をよぎるのは起きた時の時間だった。
Sorry. I was sprinting as close to full speed as I could get without slipping in the downpour. All the while, the numbers on my bedroom clock ran through my mind.
6時45分。七不思議で語られていた時間は夜の7時。
6:45. But if Kana's story was to be believed, Yoshi haunted the school building at 7. Which I said was a bad idea due to that!
校門前に着いて真っ先に時間を確認した。校舎についている大時計が指し示す時間は6時55分。
As soon as I arrived at the gate, I glanced up at the large clock adorning the schoolhouse. It was now 6:55.
放課後のヨシエさんの怪談話が 再び頭をよぎる。
Yoshi, after school, I went over the whole scenario in my head again, as best as I could recall it.
10月、雨が降る放課後、夜7時。
After classes, on a rainy day in October, 7 at night.
あのおばあちゃん、もしかしてこうなるのが分かっていて。
Did that old woman somehow know this would happen?
やだな、もう階段なんてあんなの作り話だって。
Get a hold of yourself, Huey. It's just some old campfire tale.
こみ上げてくる恐怖を抑えつけるために声を出して自分を叱咤する。
I was talking to myself, reprimanding myself in an effort to quell the fear that was welling up in the pit of my stomach.
見上げた校舎に人影はない。こんな時間なら生徒はもう帰宅しているだろうし、先生だってどれくらい残っているのか。
There wasn't a soul to be seen on the grounds. By this time, the students had all gone home. I wondered if any of the teachers were even still around.
けれど廊下の電気はまだ全てついていた。あれだけ明るければそこまで怖い思いをしなくても教室まで行けるだろう。
Fortunately, the lights were all still on, and it was bright enough that I felt confident I could make it to the classroom without freaking out. But then the lights went out.
よし、パッと行ってパッと済ましちゃおう。
Okay, I'll just run up, grab the case, then come right back down. I folded up my soaked umbrella and left it on the rack by the entrance, then changed into my indoor shoes. Then, entering the brightly lit hall, I took another look around.
やっぱり生徒は誰も残ってないみたい。
Guess I was right. Nobody's home. My deep sigh echoed through the deathly silent corridor. So who leaves the school unlocked? Like, it's inside a building, right? So who leaves the school unlocked? Seriously. There's gotta be at least one person here. The light's on. Ordinarily, the din of the other students would drown out noises like this, but every little sound was coming through crystal clear at this late hour.
急がなくちゃ。もうすぐ7時だ。
I need to hurry. It's almost 7. I quickly beelined toward classroom 3-4.
今朝のおばあさんね。さっき亡くなったみたい。
About the old woman from this morning. She passed away a little while ago.
その天神小学校で放課後校舎の見回りをしていた女の先生が誤って階段から落ちて死んだんだって。
It said that one day after school, a female teacher who had been patrolling the grounds slipped and fell down the stairs and died.
その日は10月のちょうど今日みたいに雨が降る放課後で、時刻はそう夜の7時を過ぎたあたり。
The accident took place on a rainy October day, just like this one, and occurred just after 7 at night.
こういう日はヨシエさんが出るんだって。
And supposedly, Yoshi still appears on days like this.
天神小学校がなくなってしまったことに気づいていないヨシエさんは如月学園の廊下を見回って歩いているんだよ。
Ever unaware that she died at Heavenly Host these many years ago, she now walks the halls of Kisaragi Academy, believing them to be her own.
もう何考えてるのよ私。七不思議なんて司くんも言ってたじゃない。深く考えない方がいいって。
Jeez! What the hell is wrong with me? Why am I letting this bother me so much? Tsukasa was right. I shouldn't dwell on this. Lightning flashed, and thunder resounded with impeccable timing. I jumped in spite of myself.
とにかくパッと教室に行ってペンケース取ってこなくちゃ。
I just need to hurry up these stairs, grab the pen case, and get the hell out of this creepy building. No ghost should show up in a well-lit building like this. Right? And even if they did, they wouldn't be very scary under all these bright lights.
あのペンケースに入ってる鉛筆は明日の試験にどうしても必要なの。
I absolutely need to find that pencil for tomorrow's test. But then lightning struck, and out went the lights.
だってあれは司くんがくれたお守りなんだもの。
It's my good luck charm after all. And it's from Tsukasa. I picked up the pace as I continued to head straight for room 3-4. That was creepy. The middle school is already pitch black. I guess there is really no one else around right now. Doesn't look pitch black to me, unless it's other building. Oh, maybe that's why.
それにしても今日はいつもよりこの廊下が長い感じがする。ただでさえこの廊下で遅刻しそうになるくらいなのに。
And this hallway feels longer today than it ever has before. Was it always like this? Can't imagine I'd ever be on time if it were. I continued my brisk walk down the impossibly long hallway toward my goal, every now and again, whenever another thunderclap sounded. Oh, jumping every... okay. Yeah, why don't you just look at the numbers on the rooms? Because it seems like if they were longer, the rooms wouldn't be changing much. Kisaragi Academy was comprised of both a middle school and a high school, and this evening it really felt like it was flaunting its massive size. Didn't help that my classroom was in the high school wing, which happened to be past the middle school, making it seem that much farther away.
いつもは賑やかな場所がこんなにも静まり返っていると余計に物寂しい気がするな。
When a building that's usually so full of life goes completely quiet, it becomes such a lonely place.
雨の音がやけに大きく聞こえるよ。
I swear, I can hear every drop of rain. I was focusing on the scant few sounds around me as I paced down that long, lonely corridor. Then, all of a sudden... Don't jump at me. I heard a faint noise, as of someone playing an organ.
今の空耳だよね。そうに決まってるよ。
That was just my imagination, right? I mean, it had to be.
こんな時間に音楽室で楽器を鳴らす人なんているわけないし。
There's no way anyone would still be here practicing, right? I took a deep breath, trying to calm my nerves. It was probably the sounds of the rain, wind, and thunder mixing together. It just sounded like an organ, that's all. I was convinced. I kept walking. But then... I heard the same noise again. This time, much more clearly. It was unmistakable.
嘘やだ
No. No way. I was paralyzed with fear. My heart was pounding as if it were struggling to break free of someone's sinister grip.
きっとまだ吹奏楽部の子とか先生が残って弾いてるんだよね。嘘だ、そうに決まってるよ。
It's probably just some devoted member of the band or a teacher who's working late. I'm just being stupid. Thinking about it, I vaguely recalled someone mentioning an upcoming performance by the Wind Instrument Club. I guess an organ would qualify? I don't think an organ would qualify too much. Like, I know it's... That's borderline. Somebody must have just stayed behind to practice. That's all.
何でもかんでも怖い話に直結させちゃいけないな。
I can't get that damn ghost story out of my head. I took another deep breath and tried again to calm my overly jittery nerves.
怖いと思ったら何でも怖く思えるものだよね。
Anything can be scary if you think it is. I'd heard that if you let your imagination run too wild, fear can even make you see things that aren't there. Don't say that. That's a horrible thing to say. No! No! And my imagination was most definitely running wild. And then...
あとちょっとで教室だから走っていこう。
I'm almost there. I might as well sprint the rest of the way. I decided to dash toward my classroom so I could get out of this hall as quickly as possible. And it's still not 7 yet. Ha 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 ha. Jeez. That's one way to go into another scene. Finally, reaching that familiar door, I swiftly opened it and flicked the lights on.
やっとたどり着いたと。あとはペンケースを忘れないようにしなくちゃ。
Alright, I made it. Now I just have to be absolutely certain I don't leave here without that pen case again. Thanks to all my unexpected pauses to freak out over the thunder and lightning, it took me far longer than it should have to get here. It was already well past 7. Okay, thank you for mentioning that.
7時か。
7 o'clock, huh? It was the appointed time when the ghost of a teacher was supposed to appear. At least, according to the school legend. I thought Yoshi was the school nurse, actually. Ah, whatever.
何にもないじゃない。
No undead educators here. I let out a sigh of relief and relaxed my shoulders a little bit. The lights were both inside the classroom and out in the hall. Sure, it was still dead silent, but the fear I'd been feeling had completely melted away.
全然怖くないよ。やっぱり七不思議だなんて嘘だったんだな。
Yeah, there's nothing to be afraid of. The 7 wonders aren't real. I grabbed the pen case I'd come back for and shoved it into my pocket.
よし、これで任務完了だね。
Okay, mission accomplished. With my long ordeal behind me, more or less, I looked around the classroom and let out another sigh. I'd only ever known this classroom when it was bustling and with activity, and thus found its eerie silence and utter stillness to be oddly fascinating. Oddly fascinating? What the heck are you talking about?
教室に私一人ってなんだか不思議な感じがするな。
Such a strange feeling, being alone in a classroom like this. I got the idea in my head to try doing something I normally wouldn't be able to do. Like standing at the teacher's podium and writing on the blackboard. Because she is wanting to be a teacher and all.
こんなシチュエーションめったにないし。
Chances like this don't come around too often after all. To me, the area behind that podium from which teachers conduct their lessons was like a sacred space. I dreamed of standing there myself one day and could hardly resist its pull when presented with a rare opportunity like this.
今なら誰も見てないし。
Well, no one's looking. Except Yoshi. To my classmates, this would seem like such a silly, stupid dilemma. But that didn't change the way I felt at the moment.
どうしようかな。
Should I? Or shouldn't I? I say shouldn't and get the heck out of here right now. Leave the room.
ダメダメ。
Wait, I should have
ここは遊ん
saved.
でない
No!
とっとと
I want to go
帰
back.
るべきだよね。
God dang it. Crap, I should have saved. Oh well. Okay, I really don't have time to play around right now. I should get out of here. I don't need no ghost educator coming to me and saying, "Why are you writing on my board?" Yeah, I don't need that. I decided it would be best to put my yearnings aside and leave the classroom behind.
七不思議だなんてやっぱり迷信じゃない。
Well, that particular wonder turned out to be nothing at all, it seems. Guess it's just a superstition. I couldn't believe I'd gotten all indignant with Tsukasa over something so trivial. Thinking about it now, it seemed kind of ridiculous.
さてと、家に帰ろうかな。
All right, time to head home.
今日は明日に備えて早く寝なくちゃ。
I have to get to bed early, so I'll be ready for tomorrow. With this in mind, I walked toward the classroom door and took one step into the hall. Is it just me, or are the doors to the hall kind of dark right now? Were they dark before? Or is that just me? When suddenly... Oh no! No! I'm taking one thing off my ear.
Eh?
Huh? The door slid shut on its own with incredible force, and my neck was trapped in the narrow opening that remained. I dug my nails into the door, frantically trying to open it back up. But the more I pushed on it, the more it pushed back, further constricting my neck. I was flailing my limbs, twisting and contorting, my body trying everything I could to escape.
なんで
Why? 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 My neck was clamped tightly. I could feel the blood rushing to my head. I couldn't breathe. Opening my mouth in terror, I stuck out my tongue as if trying to swallow the air. There better not be any scissors nearby. Forcefully shaking my head left and right, I swiveled my body to face the ceiling. That's when I saw the tall, pitch black silhouette of a person. A silent scream squirmed its way out of my throat, but the door was still pressing onto my neck. I can't. Tsukasa! My vision swirled, and I felt a sensation of falling. At the same time, a lukewarm liquid began pouring over my face.
え
As I was struggling to make sense of what was happening to me, the door that had been violently crushing my neck quietly slid open. The floor of the schoolhouse came down hard on my head. My vision had gone white and begun blurring, but I could still see.
私の体が見える
I can see my body. I was rolling across the hallway, and there, in the door frame, I caught sight of my own headless torso collapsing in a heap on the floor. Don't tell me she died and I got a wrong end. Right now. Just because I wasn't being the teacher I should be.
何が
What
だの
just happened? The last thing I saw out of the corner of one bloodshot, unfocusing eye was the familiar figure of the old woman from this morning. Really? Oh my God, you're freaking kidding me! You're kidding me! No! No! Wow, that was the first wrong end I got, like, out of actually doing it. Well, no, actually the first one I got was in chapter 1 when I accidentally said the wrong option, but this is like the first actual wrong end I got, not on purpose. And I actually meant my words quite clearly, because I thought doing stuff at the podium, she'd be like, "What are you doing writing on the board?" Yeah. So that's wrong end 1. Now I'm going to have to go through a lot of that, but luckily the R button makes it really quick. So yeah, I knew I should have saved. Oh well. That was an unexpected wrong end 1. And yeah. Yeah. Next time on Corpse Party, Book of Shadows. But the footsteps weren't receding. They were just getting louder, closer, faster. Oh God. It's gonna do it. It's gonna freaking do it.